Okay, so as you read from the title, SDC is burning down. What I mean by that, that's because SDC has very, very bad mechanics on their guild, and of course, their overload. Everything is wrong. Now there's still 90. Yeah, as you can see, might is going extremely down, very fast, with only one rank 4 remaining to hold the tides. Why? So 12 of the members have a decent amount of trips, and the rest is a long story. Their might isn't the best, and SDC is burning down. Now, I'm helping BG to reclaim their grounds, and it seems to be working actually, because they became powerful day by day, month by month. They seem to be powerful. But if I go to the news, you'll see one thing. The SG guys are either abandoning the game, leaving the kingdom, and mostly leaving the kingdom, and they go to this. They go to Kingdom 1100, and they seem to have gained their ground there, cause yep, there's a lot of might going on. 2 billion, yep, that's a good amount. That's a good amount, and they'll surely take 100, the 1100. Now, I don't care for that kingdom. We just don't care. What do we care about is STC is abandoning us. It's abandoning our little place. Now, the overlord might seem to be promising. He is not promising. Not one bit. Not one bit. He's 18 level castle. I can kill the overlord in 2 hits. I can just do it. I can claim his title. I don't even care. I can do it. So everyone will just attack this guy. He's so vulnerable. One attacks, level 20 or 21, he's dead, alright? Now, the rest of his members, well, at least. Now, with the details we have amount on this is about, let's say, 5% of the guild is at the best might, the rest is not. So I thought of a little plan. Strike these banks, strike those little banks, and destroy them. Yes, I'll destroy their banks. So I wrote to their diplomacy board the issues, so I'm now cooperating with our little boys here, which seem to gain ground day by day. As you can see, they gain 45 members. Nice. So I've been helping a little BG, and I think it's gonna be my future guild. If they become the overlords, I'll consider going to their guild. I'll still keep in contact with my old guildmates. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not that finished with them. No, don't worry. So it is kinda, let's say, safe to say, destroyed, decimated. But if they get a little ground, they'll become a little better with the resource styles, everything. Everything will be better. Now, temporarily, they don't seem to be powerful. There's 45 members with how much might? 500,000 million? 500 million? Yeah, it's not the it's the decent one, alright? The good one is 1 billion around there. Speaking of might, we're about to reach 1 billion. So just join. And just join. So what's the reason why SDC is burning down? That's one of the reasons why this SDC is abandoning our kingdom. Why? Because they are leaving the kingdom to go to higher prosperity. They want to go to higher places. They specifically, the kingdom they're going, 1100. That's the kingdom they're going to make their new things. Also, their mechanisms are, safe to say, destroyed. They can no longer take ground. And if I open the vessel tiles of theirs, you will see that there's not too many negative ones, and all the positive ones are full. Now, Kingdom 100 is right here, but we're not gonna care for that. How many vessel tiles are available on this guild? Let's say all. Yes. So that's another sign that our little overlord is a little compromised. That's why. He's a little compromised. Not too much, a little compromised. Also that's a true that's a true disrespect there. So the Chinese have humor apparently. Funny. But yeah, so we found another reason why the Overlord is abandoning, why ZGC is abandoning us. If we check the little ones, we will see it's just all the members of each one of them. There's also most of them, the most trusted ones, and goes on top. Now I see MK James is probably one of the most honored in there, because I can see that all 4 of the chests has his name on it, which means he has a vulnerability on him. And if someone attacks, what will happen? I don't know. I don't know where is he, so I won't just care. Now, as you can see, Boys are the compromise station. I don't want to scout him, because if I do, he'll just kill me. That's why I'm not doing it. We have the rank 3s, which, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot. I want to see how many rank 1s do they have on their guild. So we have 1 rank 4, just a couple of rank 3s, 2 rank 2s, and the rest is the banks. And the banks is the most vulnerable thing, except this guy. This guy is just powerful. So, except from 1, the rest of them, and that one, except from 2, they are banks of the resources, because if someone attacks them, then they will have no resources. You can see the no trip counter on them. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. They have no updates, no trips, nothing, just might. But it implies that they have about 500 trips or somewhere out there. Now, if we find one of these farms, they should be around Comet Forge or Frozen Forge. They seem to be one of the most powerful of all. Nice. So yeah, you can find the ZGC banks if you're on Kingdom 1111. You can find the banks, raid it, I don't care. If you raid it, that's one step closer to defeating. Can I join guild? Please. Business is first. I have to. Business is first. That's why I'm expecting heavily that BJ will gain the lead, because they have a lot of better stuff. Now of course, I'm not gonna carry just checking the forts. No, I'm not gonna check the forts. They just give random effects. It's KG is probably gonna attack all of them. Yep, they'll probably attack each one of them. They probably won't leave a single vessel. The little overlord boy nerd is gonna get heavily hit. Oh, they seem to burn. Back to business. So, if I just tap in there, each of the forts, including the base, is under his will. Now, they have gift level 25. Now, we don't care for these, alright? That's probably how good is a guild. No, we care for might. So if you're seriously a guild, care for might. Not what they are. They can change that later. They can go downwards, upwards. Yes, alright? Just care for might. Decent is 500 million, somewhere there. Now this one is at 1 billion. Yesterday it was 1 billion. Now because of the migrating of the guilds, they will start leaving kingdom, going to another guild of the other kingdom, and so on. ZGC is abandoning our kingdom. If they fall, they leave. The Chinese nerds will leave, and I am excited. Because not only I am annoyed by their behaviors, I am mostly annoyed by all. Nice. Business comes first, boys. Now, they might be weak in numbers, like if we accept the banks, it's gonna be only 12, 13 members, but if we combine their might, they make a lot more numbers. Like, we just have to avoid. See? That's one of the banks right there. Now, you'll always find them sealed. On the sealed, you cannot attack them. They surely spend gems on seals. That's why their resources are untouched. So if there is seals fall, I'll give you locations of each one of these. I'll try search. One is next to the where are we? On the Comet Fort. Right in that direction, you'll find it. Now, where do you want to hit actually? The little boys here. Now, the overload isn't powerful, we understand, but what's the weakest point? The weakest one. If you go straight to the base, you will be met with the last SG people, which are powerful. I'm not gonna discuss that. You will be met with CRF, another powerful guild on this kingdom, which is a little better powerful than STC. Sauce is not the, we don't care for that. K and Z, we're allies now. Now, I don't know for how long. A couple of TR1 boy. And last but not least, the Overlord himself. Which that's the, we don't care. Now, where do you want to strike? There's probably gonna be a place where you can strike, but where are you gonna strike? Now, let's check. We're gonna check each fort, see what one is the best to attack first, before producing to the base, because they all have the same hour. All of them will fall in 17 hours, and it won't be funny for the SGC nerds. So you can attack either the frozen fort, or maybe you have to leave. If you're about in the intermediates, I suggest you to leave this one. Tempest Fort, well, it's on your choice if you want to attack. Bright Fort, which is maybe one of the furthest away from everything. Yep, I'm not suggesting to attack this one. As you can see, SLZ is here camping. They'll probably take under control the Bright Fort, so I'm not suggesting you to attack it. Sky Fort, one of the most wanted of all. I just found... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just found their hive. Oh no. I just found their hive. Yeah, we had a story with this, guys. Okay, now it is sealed. We have... Skyfort is not suggested to attack, because C4 is right there waiting you right at the corner to attack you. Comet Fort, which has the K and Z, which if you're a risky guy, you can risk it all and just go and kill them. But there might totally all of them 6 billion. I don't know if you want to attack that further. I suggest not, so you can either stay safe and be fine. Lunar Fort is one of the good ones, alright? Yep, I'm writing that is true. After we made the alliance with ZGC, I got mocked, farmed for the next 5 days, and I didn't like that at all. Yep, this guy's wanting my YouTube, that's nice. I want you all guys watching to subscribe, follow me, Lord Sub, do anything you want. Now back to business. Lunar Fort is another fort that is, safe to say, extremely insecure with the guilds surrounding it. Now, a good choice to attack is probably going to be the Frozen Fort. As you can see, there's not too many 25 levels or 24, 17, no, you can't see any of them. Well, yeah, maybe there's just a 19 guy there and some others there. Most importantly, there's not a 25 level somewhere. Not a guild completely stuck with each other. Alright, so the fort you might want to attack is probably gonna be, one of the form is gonna be the Frozen Fort. Now, with all the details we searched, the second one is probably, now, if you want to risk it all, it was gonna be probably, if you're kind of buffed, you can either take the Tempest Fort or the Frozen Fort. Though, there's gonna be some guilds trying to make your life hard. Yep, there's gonna be some videos making your life hard here. 1 or 3, I don't know what's that. Seems like a new guild to me. So, I suggest you don't worry too much, but so always search the might. Seems decent to me. Seems down to decent, alright? It's not very powerful. So I suggest Frozen Fort or Tempest Fort. We covered the forts, now it's time to cover some other stuff. Alright. Now, the other thing you might want to avoid is ZGC spots. Now, you want to avoid them because you might find a couple of people kinda tryhard. If we head to the base, you won't see the 12, 13 people I mentioned. You will only, they started. They started. So you will see a couple of them, not all of them. So I suggest you attack the forts first. Now, to support the cause for BD3 and BD, all I want is to strike the ZGC banks. If you strike the banks, the resources will disappear, and then they will be vulnerable as heck, because the 25 levels will always be attacked by someone. Example here, this guy attacks here, but he's scared. Yeah, so make an attempt taking to this bank. So if you actually have striking the banks, try to find a plan to take on the forts. If my friend from BG watches this, the leader one, I assure you, about 75% or 100% ZGC will be completely weakened. They will be so weakened that they won't even have the resources to train troops. No, if these banks have over 2 million, I might assure you that you might have struck in gold, because I never scouted one by these by myself. This is the first time I encounter a bank. It's also an experience for me, because I kind of have encountered ZGC. They're evil people. It's evil people. They're not kind. They're very evil, and it's safe to say not the best people to be friends with, because ZGC, yep, that's one of the banks here. I can't scout it because it's not sealed. They have a lot of seals. Now, if I manage to scout one of these, I will tell you the exact. Resource they have. So we found one of the banks. Let's put it on enemies, because they are our enemies. I have. Oh my god. Let's try to find one more bank, and if we find one more, we will scout it if it hasn't a sealed, or not. If it has a sealed, we'll just bookmark it and attack it another time later future. Now, what else would you like to know about? Let's say, safe to say, if we go to the Vassal tiles again, there's only one negative, and the rest are positive ones. All the positive ones are covered, but if you pay closer attention to their Vassal tiles, you will see that their Vassal tiles are not from the guild. It's let's say 75% of the Vassal tiles are from other guilds, clanless people. Yeah. So if you are an overlord, you might want to assign the foreign ones, enemies, to the red one. If you are a good overlord with a lot of guild members, powerful ones, assign them here. Don't assign people from random guilds, because it won't help. It won't help. They might have might, but they might turn against you sometime for their guild, their causes. That's why I'm suggesting not to put others. Even the Regnant is from another guild. Can you believe this? Can you actually believe how dumb they're going right now? Yep, they're Japanese, of course. They're Japanese, that's why they're adding them. Because they're Japanese. If they weren't Japanese, they might have added them, but still. If you aren't from a guild, you're not. If you don't put people from your guild, they'll betray you. They have a chance to betray you for gold, leaders, prisoners, resources, troops, anything. They can betray you for anything. So I strongly suggest not to put people from other guilds. Alright? Good striking up. Now, I think we have covered pretty much everything about the Vassal tiles, why they're migrating, because they're changing their kingdom. The 2 forts that you can attack, that's only for this season. Their banks, you gotta hit. Why they have so many members, but not too much might. Yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything, I guess. I kinda have. So, give me the luck in your comments, guys. I like it. See ya.